Ceasefire negotiations set to resume between Israel and Hamas, as Israel still fights to defend itself from the brutal military attack on their country, when more than 1,200 Israelis were murdered, and still Hamas holds more than 100 hostage. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Natanyahu joins us live from Jerusalem with an update. Mr. Prime Minister, thank you very much for being with us. The calls for a ceasefire at this point are extortion. The other on behalf of Hamas. But you've been in the press talking a lot about the offensive in Rafah. How does that play into getting Hamas to a place where they're prepared to negotiate on your terms?
Look, the only thing that gets Hamas to release the hostages is continued military pressure. That's what enabled us to bring out already half of the hostages. That's what will enable us to get the remaining hostages. At the same time, there has to be pressure from Qatar that wields enormous influence on Hamas, and they should be pressed to press them. So the fact that we're going to destroy the remaining Hamas terrorist battalions in Rafah is both important for eradicating the Hamas rule, but also important for getting the hostages out. These are complementary goals. They're not contradictory goals.
How many Hamas fighters, terrorists remain in Rafah? What kind of force are we talking about?
We've destroyed about 19 of Hamas 24 terrorist battalions. So there are about 4 in Rafah. We have to destroy them. When people tell us don't go into Rafah, that's like telling the Allies, listen, don't go into Berlin, leave a quarter of the Nazi army intact. You know, that's ridiculous. You know, if we leave a quarter of the Hamas fighting terrorist battalions in place, they'll regroup, reconquer Gaza, and in fact, perpetrate once again what they vowed to do, which is to repeat the October 7th massacre over and over and over again. That's not going to happen. So we need total victory over Hamas. We're within reach. We should do it. We're going to do it while we enable the civilian population in Rafah to leave, as we've done up to now. But we have to finish the job. We need total victory. There's no substitute for total victory.
There's no doubt this is a fight